All right, bit of a rough and ready video today, guys. You're getting it pretty raw, and it's because we're getting a new engine. New engine to me. It's an old engine, but it's a new engine to me for a new build. I'm so excited about this. It's such a deal, and I'm gonna explain to you all about it in the car, but I want you guys to comment in the comment section and guess what engine it is. You know what I'm like, but also you know I like everything. So what do you think I'm getting? It's $500. What do you think I'm getting, right? 500 bucks. Let's get in the car and I'll talk to you about it. Alrighty, so as I said, super excited about this engine, $500, super cheap. I'm very, very happy with what I found. I've been surfing Marketplace for a while now, trying to find this engine at a reasonable price. Now, you'll understand why I got it at the reasonable price for what it is in a minute. But as you guys know, I do love a good JZ. And you're thinking, well, you definitely didn't get a JZ because he said it's 500 bucks. Well, I did. A 2JZ for $500. Now, let me explain. The 2JZ comes in 4 editions. So the 2JZ comes in 4 editions. It comes in 2 turbo versions and 2 non-turbo versions, right? So you've got the 2 turbo versions. The 2 turbo versions are the VVTi and the non-VVTi. Then you've got the 2 non-turbo versions, which are VVTi and non-VVTi. Now, as much as we can go into it really in depth and the layout of the exhaust ports and the size of the exhaust and intake ports and blah, 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 they're all intricacies. The big thing, the thing that takes away or adds to the value is the bottom end. Now, the NA non-VVTi and both the turbo motors have big fat con rods. They have the strong bottom end, the 900 horsepower bottom end, the bottom end that everybody wants. Now, the GE, granted, doesn't have the oil squirters, but whatever. The GE non-turbo VVTi, for some reason, they gave it skinny rods. They gave it these little weak, pissy rods. So it doesn't handle anywhere near as much power as the other ones. That sucks, but not for me. For me, that's great. Now that motor comes in like a GS300, SC300, IS300, few different cars. Doesn't put out a whole heap of power, but if you wanted to run that as like a ITB motor or just an NA motor, it'd be a great motor. Like, it'll hold some power, and it's a 2J, it's still good. But what I have always wanted to do is I have always wanted to do a 3.4 litre stroker. Now, what do you have to do a 3.4 litre stroker? You need to pretty much rip everything out of the bottom end and rebuild it. So why would you go and spend $12,000 on a 2JZ GTE that is secondhand and probably beaten on by somebody, to then maybe go and rebuild it and add more money so you can freshen it up, which is going to cost you a few grand anyway, when I could go and get the one with the weak bottom end and redo the bottom end? So that's what I found. But also there's another little caveat to it, which I am taking a gamble. This has a blown head gasket. And I know that is risky, and I know there could be a cracked head, but I'm hoping and praying that it's not. Now, it's 500 bucks. So really, at the end of the day, it comes with intake and loom. Doesn't come with the aircon compressor, doesn't come with the alternator, but I'd upgrade the alternator anyway, so I need to get an aircon compressor. Big whoop. Doesn't come with the exhaust manifold, don't care, because it's going to be turboed, so all good. Now, at worst case scenario, if it has got a cracked head and I need a new head, then at least I think I can probably sell the block and the loom and maybe make my 500 bucks back. But at the end of the day, it's 500 bucks. I might just make a table out of it, you know? So that is the plan. What's it going in, Adam? I don't even know. Genuinely, I have no idea yet. Like, I have a slight idea, which is my 1 million subscriber promise, which I'll make what I think the Supra should have been, which is the RC350 with a 3.4 litre stroker with a 8 HP gearbox, etc. That'd be sick, but honestly, I don't know if we're ever going to get to 1 million subscribers. Have you subscribed yet? Because it's something like 87% of my viewers don't subscribe to the channel, and I get that. Like, some people just don't hit subscribe. Like my missus, she doesn't subscribe to channels generally. Like, she subscribed to mine because she has to, but Generally, she just watches them, and because she watches them, they come up on her feed. So she doesn't actually subscribe, and I think that's what a lot of people do. And I get that, and I understand. But at the end of the day, subscribers do help my channel grow, and that means I can get sponsors, and that means I can do cooler stuff for you guys. I have a family I need to look after, so they are my number one priority. YouTube is my number two, unfortunately for you guys. But if you want to see this channel grow, please hit subscribe, comment, like, all that fun stuff that all the YouTubers never shut up about, because it does really help us. Anyway, I'm getting this because I can get it cheap. A lot of people haven't clued on to the fact yet that you can get these motors and rebuild the bottom end. Now, if I wasn't doing a 3.4, let's just say, okay, so I'm gonna do a 3.4. It's gonna be about 10 grand in parts, right? Don't tell my missus. Then you're gonna have to rebuild it. It's probably gonna be another 2 grand in labor. I'm probably gonna be sitting, let's say, close to 14 grand, 15 grand by the time I have this motor done, right? But also, a turbo motor is like 12 grand. And that's not fully refreshed, and that's not a 3.4, and it's not a fully forged motor ready to rip, you know? So my theory is I'm gonna be out of pocket essentially the same amount of money for a brand new fresh motor that's freshly built as a 3.4, which is gonna be wild. Now, I've never driven a 3.4. I might hate it, but I don't care. I want it. I want it for the fact that I want it. And also, I don't have a VVTi JZ. Both my JZs are the non-VVTi version. So I've got a 1J non-VVTi in the E46, and I've got a 2J non-VVTi, both turbo motors, in the Supra. So I love them. I think they're great, but I have heard absolute wonderful things about VVTi. So essentially, we're going to jump into the world of VVTi. Now, look, I don't know if this is going anything new, in anything soon, but I need to get it. I need it, because people are going to start cluing onto this fact. I mean, I just told you, Drift HQ are telling everyone, they're figuring out that you can get these motors for nothing. Like $500 with a blown head gasket. I'm going on the gamble that I'm hoping most people, when they blow a head gasket and it starts to overheat, they turn it off. They don't just keep driving. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I waste my money. If not, you can get these on the reg for $1,500. I just like a good deal. You know, I like to take a gamble. I like a good deal. So yeah, let's head in, get this motor, see how gross it is, because I need to clean it up. I need to get it on the engine stand, because I've got an engine stand sitting there with no engine on it. What a waste of an engine stand. Puh, wasted money. Let's get an engine on it. Let's go, boys. Hell yeah, here it is. $500 2J. Let's hope that the head's not cracked. Haha. All right, so 2J has been taken ownership of. Stoked. The oil isn't milky, which is strange. So, you know, that's a plus. The guy said it had a blown head gasket. I'm going to assume it does. It's got a lot of grime. It is very dirty. If I wasn't pulling this apart and doing a rebuild on it, I probably would be a bit wary. And ironically, 275,000 kilometers. The Supra's chassis has 274,000 kilometers. So that's a little bit just wild to me. But yeah, look how dirty this is. Mad oil leaks. You can see oil leaks from the back. But yeah, it's getting ripped apart, so it's all good. There is an oil leak. Looks like, I don't know, it's hard to tell. But yeah, there's some sort of leaking up here. Not great, but hopefully the head's good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Everyone cross your fingers and toes for me. Now we've got to get it off of this. I do have an engine crane, but we're trying to just save time. So we're going to try and just spin this around, put the stand on it, and then lift it off. But it is 200 kilos, so I don't know if our eyes are bigger than our muscles. I don't know. Let's see how we go. All right, we used the engine crane. I've just put it back around there. There was no way we were lifting this. We're not that strong. 220 kilos, we're not that big. Yeah, it's here, boys. It's here. I'm so excited. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to high pressure clean it. Maybe I might even just chuck some rags in and literally wrap it for now and just store it. This will go in the shed or whatever. It won't go here forever. But I honestly, I might do a couple little fun things. I might just take the intake off, because obviously I won't use that intake. Maybe do something fun on the top. I don't know. You'll see it in the background. But for now, 1J secured. And I'm a sweaty boy. It's not that hot today, but that was hard work. 1J secured, 2J secured. Derp. All right. So we got non-VVTi turbo 2J, non-VVTi turbo 1J, VVTi non-turbo 2J, soon to be 3.4 stroked, forged, big boy ready. All right. Whew. Now, if you have an idea of what I'm gonna put it in, obviously I have that initial idea, but I don't know if I'm gonna go with that. 1 million subscribers is a lot of subscribers. I might be 1 million years old by that time. No one's hitting subscribe. So I might literally just put it in something else. I might put it in something old school. I might put it in like a rat rod. I don't know. I have no idea. I might put it in something really, really obscure. Engine swaps are not that bad. You know, once you've got the ECU, once you've built the motor up and you've got the turbo and all that kind of stuff, and you've got the ECU and it's all wired to the ECU, it's not really that bad. You know, it's just the wiring to the car, which isn't a lot. So you can swap them out quite easy, engine mounts, and swap it into a new car. I do want an AHP, is it 75? I'd love one of the like 80s or 90s, but I'm not going to get a Rolls Royce gearbox or whatever they come in. So a 70 or a 75 would be good for 700 or 750 foot-pounds or newton meters, something like that. Really good boxes, $3,000, something like that. So that's the next thing I'm going to keep an eye out for. Just start stocking parts away, you know, like a real YouTuber. Anyway, thank you for coming along. I hope you're as excited as me. Please jump in the comments. Let me know. Give me ideas. Give me ideas of what you want to see it in, because I'm excited. Like Big Kev. If you're old enough to know who that is, then you're one of me. You're one of mine. You know. But if you're not, you're younger. That's okay. Welcome. Thank you for coming along, guys. I'm so excited about this. And the potential. I'll see you all in the next one. See you.